guys, it's Janetta here, and today I'm going to bake chocolate chip cookies. What you're going to need for this is butter, sugar, flour, that's great, flour, baking soda, salt, and 1 egg, and then of course chocolate. And I'm going to post the exact measurements down in the description. And I am splitting this recipe, so like I said, the measurements will be different. Because originally you want to use 1 cup of butter, but I'm only using ½ cup because I only want to make 12 cookies. We don't need 24. But yeah, so first thing to do is preheat oven to 350. While that's preheating, you want to cream your butter, which I melted the butter. I didn't know if it really mattered. I always melt the butter. It's just always easier to mix in. For sugar, I'm gonna use ½ cup of sugar. ½ cup of sugar. But originally it's a cup.
Hey, can you imagine somebody that tried real hard to get valedictorian in the class? He failed every fucking test, and the one who fucking aced everything got second seat just because she must have not tried something. If she fucking busted, if they're busting their ass, acing everything.
½ cup of sugar.
Okay? My sister used to get 5 o'clock in the morning when she was early high school.
Like, this is my first time doing this recipe, so hopefully this turns out good. And then ½ cup of brown sugar. I have dark brown. I've been told it doesn't do anything different with the baking process when you use, and I am going to sift my brown sugar. Because
we're all world leaders going to get fucking operations. You know, all these world leaders, when they need serious operations, they have to go to their country. They go to the fucking big Minnesota. That's the meal plan down there. I'm talking about. I think it's in Rhineland. I was never really around there. Anyway, she's an operating nurse for that. But, she fucking tried.
And then egg, beat. You want to beat 1 egg in at a time. But I'm only using 1 egg, so, that doesn't really apply to me right now. And you can use a hand mixer, but I'm just going to use a whisk. I like being old school. And this is a 1 bowl recipe. It's what it looks like anyway. It doesn't say anything about splitting, but you could probably split the wet and dry ingredients. That's what that should look like. Yeah, that's what that should look like. Okay, so now that you did your sugar, both kinds of sugars, and then egg, now you stir in the vanilla. Oh, I forgot to say that. You need vanilla for this too. Damn it. And you originally would use 2 teaspoons, but I'm only using 1. Seems like a lot of vanilla. I always want to make sure you're using teaspoons, not tablespoons. Oh, yeah. And you need hot water for it, too. Like I said, I will post the measurements and the ingredients in the description box because obviously I'm not good at explaining it. But, okay, so you're going to dissolve baking soda in hot water. And also, you want to add salt. What's nice about this, it's only 1 bowl. So, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Oh, look at that. I grabbed a tablespoon thinking it was a teaspoon. No, it's fine. I'm not gonna use this. I dumped like maybe a little bit more. Okay, those might be too salty now. That's great. Okay, and then you want to whisk this together. Kind of looks like caramel, just with grain. Grains. Now you're gonna. Now you just stir. You add your flour, and originally it's 3 cups, but for me it's only 1 cup, a cup and a half. Right? Yes. Yes. Okay. And then for flour, I thought I was prepared. No. What? Columbus, can you watch out, honey? Watch out, sweetie. Come on. Okay. For flour, it's all. What is this wet? Flour's wet. Okay. It's always a good idea to. I'm gonna move this. It's always a good idea to spoon it in there and then level it off with a knife. But I'm not gonna spoon it in there today. I'm just gonna level it. But yeah, so with flour usually that is the only baking ingredient that doesn't get packed down because the grams can be off or the weight can be off. But yeah, and then to level it, just take a butter knife and then just swipe. Sorry for all the noise in the background. And then I'm using like a cup and a half. Oh, we did everything but choc chips. So now you just want to stir that in. I'm going to use a spatula. And it should make our dough.
And then I got this piece of paper which authorized me to buy one gun. So when I bought the gun, I had to have it try that paper.
Columbus, stop licking my foot.
And then I got the gun, but I could carry it.
3 cups, that's
I mean,
really doughy.
when Cameron and I used to go camping in the mountains in North Carolina, there where we grew up.
That's good cookie dough. Oh wow.
Alongside the interstate with our fucking we each had shoulder holsters in our fucking.
I think would be better for this a spoon, not like a spoon, but like a wooden spoon. Something like this to stir the flour in. I feel like that. Like I said, this is my first time cooking this baking this recipe. I don't know anyone that's like baked cookies. Doesn't that look just too? Doesn't look right to me, but okay. And then it says to add a cup of chocolate chips, or 2 cups, but obviously I'm doing a cup. Which. It says semi-sweet, but I'm doing milk chocolate. Maybe there's a reason why it says semi-sweet, but this is gonna be filled with chocolate chips.
Number one, why should I have
Like all that dough.
Why? I can teach the fucking class. I mean, there's some things that you guys did in the service, you should have the fucking cultural party class. It offends me to have to do it.
Columbus, don't eat that. I don't know. Cookie dough or dogs. Alright, so that dough, there's a lot of chocolate chips in this recipe.
See, all they are is they're not making guns illegal. They're just
See, now I would probably go in
another
with
step,
this.
another step, and another step, and another step.
Kind of full
And eventually, there's
chocolate
so many
chips.
steps that it's impossible to carry. But we get outlawed. We just regulate.
Why they have to talk so fucking loud.
What's it say? The right to bear arms shall not be infringed. It means any
There we go.
regulation,
Look at that dough.
holding or carrying a gun
You could shape that with your hand.
is unconstitutional.
I like to make sure the chocolate chips are evenly distributed.
Shall not.
So how you want to put these on the pan, the recipe says you want to do drop cookies, which is when you take a spoon and you drop it instead of rolling it. So I'm just going to make sure the chocolate chips are evenly distributed in there. Alright, that's a good looking dough. Yeah, so pretty much you just want to take a spoonful. That's a big spoonful, but okay. And then you just drop them. That's simple. You just drop them. Oh, I forgot to say, it says to use an ungreased pan, but I put parchment paper on it just in case. That's a big one. It's fine, you know? So I'm gonna go do the rest of this bowl and then I'll be back. So I just dropped all my cookies. This is what it looks. Well, there's still some in there, but I didn't want to make them so big because, you know, they already spread out and I've already made some pretty big, so they're probably going to stick together. So I've never made these before, so I don't know how they're going to spread out. Guess we can find that out together. So yeah, and it says to bake them in the oven for 10 minutes. And then I also read something on the website where I saw this recipe. Said you don't want it in the oven like more than it should. Obviously you don't want it more in the oven more than it should be, but they say even if like you leave it in there a little after the edges are golden brown, they like turn into rock. So I guess that's something you gotta be right on the spot. So yeah, so you want to bake these for 10 minutes, and so you want to make sure your oven's preheated at 350 and then bake it for 10 minutes. And then, yeah, so I'm going to go put these in the oven and I'll come back here and hopefully we have delicious cookies. We got cookies. One broken half. They don't look exactly like the picture on the website, but I don't know if it was the way I did the baking soda, but I did also read some of the comments on the website, and it did say they did rise a lot. I don't know if anyone else does this, but with the last of my dough, I would make a big cookie. That's what I've always done. But yeah, those are the cookies we got. Pretty good. But yeah, they're pretty good. I'm going to try one. The edges are crispy, but the center is chewy, which is what I love in a cookie. So hard to tell with the cookie if it's like done. I'm pretty sure they're done. Well, that reminds me. It says, the recipe says 10 minutes. I don't know if my oven sucks. It probably does. I need a new stove and stuff. I need like a whole new stove. But it took 17 minutes for all the little ones. And there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12. And then one big one took like 20 minutes. But I did overcook it a little bit. Yeah. But that's what the bottoms are. Look good. They're good. I recommend trying this recipe. Look, this one looks like a heart. Hang on. Look at that. Wow. But yeah, they're really good. I totally recommend this recipe. Like I said, I will put the recipe down in the description so you guys can actually make it. Bake it. But yeah, they're really good. I recommend it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you want, subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.